Good morning. I'm I'm sitting here. I'm preparing for the morning huddle that I conduct with my agents who went through the first portion of our Breakthrough 120 program and are now into the fun part where they're lead genning every day and working on their business, and they're doing amazing. They're all having double digit conversations per day, and we have 7 listings and 5 buyers we've generated over the last month and a half. So it's been really great. And I also have the privilege of coaching with some very high performing agents. And I was in one of my sessions yesterday with one of them, and something came up, and it was definitely a bit of a fierce conversation. And it made me think, how many others out there may be going through what we kind of unpacked together in our session? The comment was made of maybe I should stop beating myself up so much for the mistakes that I'm making with my business. And as we went on, and I was thinking, I had to ask the question, are we really beating ourselves up for the mistakes that we're doing in our business? Because the mistake is a goof, it's a slip up, it's something that's correctable. Or are we beating ourselves up because of negligence? We're neglecting our business. We're choosing to do other things besides the one thing that'll help move our business forward. Whether it be not lead genning, not setting aside time to do that, not being coachable, not being learning based. These are all things that are signs of neglect to a business. I mean, if you think about it this way, if we're tasked with taking care of somebody, there are certain things that we have to do, right? In order not to be deemed negligent. We have to feed them. We have to provide shelter, right? We have to make sure they learn. And, we have our business. Are we feeding our business? Are we providing a safe space for our business to grow? Are we putting in the systems and models? Are we learning? Are we open to being coached and learning what needs to get done in this ever-changing market? Food for thought. It really opened my eyes up, because I'm guilty of it as well as a leader. I'm tasked to grow the office and grow the agents, and I have to sit down and I have to identify if anywhere that I'm being negligent to my agents, or if I'm being negligent to the market center, and I have to address it. And I think as leaders, we have to have those conversations with ourselves on a daily basis. Where am I being negligent, and how can I shore it up, or who can I go to help me, or to create an accountability relationship so that this doesn't happen? Because I think that's where the guilt lies. I think that's where we tend to beat ourselves up. I think that's where a lot of our struggle lies. Mistakes happen. You get up, you dust yourself off, and you move forward. But that willful neglect of putting off the things that we know are going to prove successful, that we know are going to give us the opportunity to help the most lives, I think that can cause some serious feelings. I think that can really affect the mindset. I know it affects mine. And I've seen it affect others. And I've seen that when we get to that point where we stop neglecting the business, all of a sudden everything shifts. And you become the person that you need to be in order to run the business you need to run. That's really what it comes down to, is, that be, do, achieve. Who do I have to be to do the things I have to do in order to achieve the things I want to achieve? And I can tell you what, in all of those things, neglect is not in the equation. So If this resonates with you at all, if you feel like, oh my goodness, I'm not paying enough attention to my business, I'm neglecting my business, I'm neglecting my lead gen, or I'm neglecting anything in my life and it's impacting things, feel free to reach out, DM me, and let's have a conversation about it.